सलाम मेरे अजीज पंखों।
Thyong, Jungkook loves her. He will leave me. I start walking toward my room. As I enter in my room, I saw him doing something on his mobile. He looked at me and smiled. I just keep looking at him. What is happening in my life? What I was feeling is true, or what I heard a few minutes ago was true? My heart is saying that what I heard is a lie, but my mind was saying something else. Irene is beautiful and more educated than me. She can be dream of any man. Why would Jungkook choose me on her? I was standing in the same position thinking about Jungkook and Irene. He was about to say something when you come and called Jungkook out. He went out of the room and I was left alone there. I was thinking about Irene's word. I was in confusion, not knowing whose words were true. Theon. All the guests were here. The engagement ceremony was started. Both you and her fiance exchanged rings, and we all clapped. My eyes were fixed on Jungkook and Irene, who were smiling together. Irene held Jungkook's hand, and he smiled more oftenly. He tucked the stand of her hair behind her ear, which burns me. I feel hurt, looking at both of them to get her smilingly. Theon. The function was over soon. All guests left and all the family members were gone to their rooms. I was about to go when someone held my hand and I turned to see. Aunt John was standing there. Miss John, so what you decide? Theon, she said, looking deep into my eyes. Theon, I will not leave Jungkook. Of course, I was not going to leave Jungkook until he tell me to do so. Whatever he leaves her or me, he have to tell me, and then I will do whatever he will say. Irene, don't you get that Jungkook is mine? Have not you seen him with me happy? There, I was shocked. Irene, now please leave from Jungkook life. There, I will not go until he asks me to go. I said, and aunt took step toward me. Miss John, you will not go like this. Theon, she said and grabbed my arm. She pinned her fingers hardly in my arm. There, leave me. There, I yelled in pain. Miss John, shut up, you witch. There, she snarled and slapped me on my face that I fell on ground. I was crying badly, crying. No one was there to help me. Two hands reached me and make me stand up. I looked up and saw he is my life, my Jungkook. Jungkook, you okay? He said and touched my cheeks. I nodded and he looked at his mother. Jungkook, what you just did? Theon, he asked, controlling his anger. Miss John, Jungkook, you don't have to be with him anymore. Our Jenny marriage is safe now. You can leave her. The aunt said, and I was shocked on her statement. Miss John, he doesn't love you, and you don't deserve him. He's not worthy for you. Jungkook, really? And who I deserve? You're this Irene? Theon, he said and made me sit on sofa. I heard both of you talking early in the morning. I am really feeling ashamed being your son. How could you do this? I didn't expect this from your mom. Miss John, look Jungkook, you don't have to carry this marriage. Her mother complained you for this marriage. But now everything is fine. Jenny is set in her life. You can leave him or he can go wherever he wants. He can marry someone else. Theon, Auntie was saying, but Jungkook interrupted her. Jungkook, he is my husband, Mom. How can you say that? And it's not easy to break a relation. Theon, he said, and I looked at him. Miss John, listen, Jungkook. Jungkook, no, listen, Mom. Don't you get that? He's my husband. I heard your plan with Irene, making Theon realize that he should leave me. How can you even think like that? What he had done to you? Why are you after Theon? Theon, asking, looking at his mother, Irene. But Jungkook, you were so sweetly talking to me in this ceremony and what? I was doing all this because I want to know something, that all. Miss John, Jungkook, please try to understand. You don't deserve him. Look at him. He's nothing which can attract someone. And Irene is beautiful and educated. I want you to marry her. He said, and I was crying on her statement. She was right. What is your problem, I had nothing Mom? Like his looks, his personality. He's the most beautiful boy I ever seen in my life. You get that? His look doesn't matter to me because I love him. I love Theon. Theon, He said that and I look up shocked. He said that I heard him right. He loved me. He come to me and make me stand in front of him. Jungkook, I love you, Taeyang. However you are, I don't care. For me, you are perfect and beautiful, Irene. Jungkook, you are not understanding. You don't love him, you just have sympathy for him. Taeyang, Irene said, taking part in conversation. Jungkook, really? So you will tell me that what I feel is love or something else? Tae, he said and hold my hand in his hand, Miss John. So you will not leave him, not in any cost. Okay, you have to choose one, your mother or your husband. Taeyang, Aunt said and I shockingly turned to see Jungkook. Taeyang, he was also shocked. That were all silent in hall. No one was saying anything, but was understanding. Mom, what are you, Miss John? No, Jungkook, you have to choose. If you didn't leave him, then I will break my all relation with you. I will not see your face. Taeyang, how can she be so cruel? Only to get rid of me, she is ready to break her relationship with her, sir. No, please don't do this, Jungkook. Taeyang, I will leave Jungkook, but please don't do this. He loves you a lot. Please don't do it. I pretend and tried to free my hand. Taeyang, Jungkook said and turned to me shocked. Jungkook point of view, what I heard. He said that he will leave me. I will fight for him, for our relation, for our marriage, and he said that he will leave me so easily. Jungkook, Taeyang, I whispered his name, not knowing what to say. Jungkook, please, I don't want you to lose your mother because of me. Jungkook, he said, looking at me. Tears were rolling down on his cheeks. I was shocked. My all words were lost. Miss John. See Jungkook, he can't stand with you. Leave him, my mom said, and I came to my sins. Whatever he say, but one thing is confirmed. I will not leave him. I will not leave Taeyang. I could not live without him. I said, looking at my mom and tightly my grip Taeyang's hand. Jungkook, they said, and I turned to him. His beautiful white eyes were fixed on me, making me lost in them. Don't say a word. Stay quiet. I told him, not wanting him to say rubbish any further. John, so you will leave your mother for this boy, for this ugly boy. Jungkook, Mom, said, and that was enough for me. Enough, Mom, I shouted, and my mom's eyes widened. Mr. John, what happened? Jungkook, my dad asked as he entered in hall. My whole family was there looking at us confusing. They don't know what is happening here. You called Thea ugly, but for me you are ugly having that kind of thoughts. For me Thea is perfect. However he look, his mind totally mine. I don't have any problem with his personality. He is for me beautiful and that's matter. I said, still controlling my anger. You can't stay here if you don't leave him, my mom said, and I was expecting this. I nodded and turned to see my brother and father. Okay, fine, I said and took a step, but Hyung stopped me. Thea, Jungkook, your mom, how can you do this? Jungkook, Hyung said, and I just keep looking at him. Jungkook, you still want to leave me for all this? I said, and he lowered his eyes. I know what I am doing, I said, and dragged him with me. Dad, can I have my keys back, please? He patted my shoulder and hugged me. I hugged my brother and sister. Go, bring your luggage, I said to Thay, but he didn't move. Theon, luggage, I said, but this time family, and he nodded. Jungkook, he went to room and you followed him. I just keep waiting for him to return. As he entered again in hall, Dad gave me my car keys. This was my first car which Dad gifted me. I took keys and held Theon's hand and went in front of Mom, who is seated on a sofa. We are going, Mom, I said, looking at Mom, but she just got up and went inside her room. I looked at my all family and then went out of house hurriedly. Son, why are you going? Dad asked. Jungkook, Dad, Mom doesn't want us two together. If I didn't leave Theon, I must leave this house, and that's what I am doing. Miss John, you don't worry. I take care of all this matter. Give me some time. Dad said, and I nodded. Dad gave the blessing to me and Theon, and we both sat in the car. I looked at my house for the last time and drove out. Theon, he was all quiet, and I was scared on my place. Since we start our journey back to our house, he was silent, neither look at me or not talk to me. I could sense his anger, his offense in his silence, but there was nothing I could do back there. When his mother asked me to leave him, I didn't want him to be without his mother and love, but he was not understanding me. And now was showing me his offense. Taking courage, I turned to him and thought to call him. Jungkook? Thea, I called him hoping he will look at me. At least if he didn't want to talk, but he didn't turn, neither said anything. My fingers tangled with each other in anxiety. And again took the courage to call him. Jungkook, please listen to me. Try to understand me, please look at me. I was saying, but he didn't answer. I saw his hold tight on the steering wheel and jaw clenched in anger, making me more scared of his anger. But I didn't lose the hope him taking to me and tried to call him again. Jungkook, please listen to me. I just started, but he turned to me with anger in his eyes. Shut up, just shut up, Young. Not a word now. He almost yelled, making the tears to brim up in my eyes. His eyes were red and I could see the eyes lightly wet. Looking at me once again, he turned to see the road while car started to run more faster. I was crying silently and looking at him time to time, who had made me completely shut.